Hello, so today I'm going to be doing the Harry Potter tag. Wasn't tagged by anybody, but I thought, do you know what? This looks like a really fun tag to do, and I haven't done a tag in a while, so I thought I'm going to do it. If I look down, it's because the question's on my phone, and that's all I have to say. Let's get straight into it. So first question, favourite book. This would be a top-up either between the first one, The Philosopher's Stone, or the sixth one, which is Half-Blood Prince. I'm going to say the first one, Philosopher's Stone, because it's the one that I reread the most, it's the one that I reach to the most, and of course it's the start, and the start is always so exciting, isn't it? The start of a brand new adventure, so the first one. Second question is your favourite movie. My favourite movie would be the sixth one, I think, which is Half-Blood Prince. I think by this point the main three actors are very well established, and I also think it's quite a fun film. It's got this funny element to it, but it's also got a very dark and serious element to it. The story is really in full fold, so the sixth one. 3, least favourite book. This is going to be really controversial, and I really don't want to offend everybody, so I'm so sorry, because I know a lot of people, this is their favourite book, but it's the third one, The Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the writing style, as I do all of them. I love Sirius and Lupin, I think they're great additions, but for me, I didn't like the time turner element to it. It wasn't for me, I'm afraid. 4, parts of the books / movies that made you cry. Now, there's a little disclaimer here, I haven't read the 7th book, and there's a reason for that. I've reread the first 6 lots of times, but I don't want the series to end in the way that it does, so I haven't read the 7th one, because in my head, because films are different to the books, I can kind of get away with it, and I think if I read the book, then it's over, and it's properly over, but if I hold back, it's not over yet, so I don't know why, I just don't read it. But the books have never made me cry. As for the films, I cry, spoilers ahoy now, when Sirius dies and he goes back into the wall, and then you can see Harry's reaction, and he's obviously completely heartbroken. I cry after Dumbledore dies and they raise their wands in respect. I cry when Dobby dies, when Snape dies, and I cry when Harry is looking into Snape's tears and he can see the love story between Snape and his mother Lily. That little flashback, I cry for the whole thing. Like, I completely bawl and I can't stop myself. Ugh. If you could hook up with any Harry Potter character, who would it be? None of them, to be honest, none of them are my cups of tea. That rhymes. I'm a poet, and I don't even know it. No, none of them are my sort of, yeah, no, none of them. Favourite character. This is quite funny actually, because I read the books when I was 9, and my favourite character when I was 9 is still my favourite character, and that's Snape. I think because I'm attracted to characters that are quite mysterious, and of course in the first one, Snape appears to be quite mysterious, but we don't really know anything about him. We don't know why he is acting the way he is, etc. So yeah, and then yeah, my love grows for him as the books go on, which is probably a bit of a weird thing to say, but yeah, it's Snape. What would your Patronus be? I've done a quizzy thing online, and my Patronus was a phoenix, which I think is a lovely and beautiful animal, very symbolic animal to have, although it's the same as Dumbledore's, I think, which is a little bit because I'm not sure how I feel about Dumbledore, to be honest, but I'm a phoenix. Which of the Deathly Hallows would you choose? I would choose the Resurrection Stone. I know it's obviously not the one that you should choose, but I would choose the Resurrection Stone just because I've got members of my immediate family who passed away, sadly, and they've been away from this earth for a few years now, and I miss them greatly. And you know, you can look at them in a photo or old family videos, but it's not the same to see them in real life. So I would pick the Resurrection Stone just to, yeah, I'd be careful with it though. Well, you say that, don't you? What house would you be in? I've done this quiz and I was in Gryffindor, which again, I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest. I think I'd rather be in Slytherin. I think that's quite a cool house to be in, but I'm not. I'm Gryffindor. If you could meet any member of the cast, who would it be? I would meet Alan Rickman. I know that's obviously not possible now. but I would, because one, he plays my favourite character, which is Snape, but two, he also plays Colonel Brandon in Sense and Sensibility, which was an adaptation of Jane Austen's novel, and he is brilliant in that, and yes, it can make so many of my dreams come true. Have you played any of the video games? No, I have no hand-eye coordination whatsoever. So the only games that I play are games on my computer, which is Sims and Agatha Christie. Other than that, no. I watch people play games, I just don't play them myself. If you're on a Quidditch team, which position would you play? When I was at school and I played netball, I was goalkeeper, so probably goalkeeper, although I wasn't terrific at that either. Were you happy with the ending? Well, seeing as my favourite character is Snape, no. I don't really see why he had to die. I would have liked Harry and Snape to... like Harry to find out about Snape's relationship with Harry's mom, etc. And then for them to kind of get along, because throughout the series there is quite a lot of tension between them, and it's quite sad, and Harry just loses everybody, but here's this like little bit of the past that you can cling on to, and that's wrenched from him as well, so joys. I also think it's quite funny that they all had children at the same time as well. That's a coincidence. I also kind of wanted one of the three to die. I know originally, I think J.K. Rowling said that she was going to kill off Ron, and I kind of wish she did. I wish one of those three died, because I think it's quite odd that, someone with the experience, like Lupin, for instance, dies, but then Harry, Ron and Hermione survive. And I just think it's quite, I don't know, a bit cliche. I wish one of those three had died. Go on, kill one of them off. And finally, how much does Harry Potter mean to you? Well, I read the books when I was 9 years old, and I still reread them today. And for Christmas, I have asked for the illustrated edition of Philosopher's Stone, because I fancied rereading the books. And I thought it'd be really cool to reread them in the illustrated edition, so that's what I've asked for Christmas. I do generally really like the books. It's probably the only kind of fantasy books that I, read and reread fairly often. As you know, it's not really my typical taste, but I can't help but enjoy myself when I read them. So yeah, hopefully that's enlightened you about me and my love, my feelings towards Harry Potter, because I don't talk about it on this channel. I don't know if I've ever spoken about it on this channel, to be honest, but yeah, that's how I feel about Harry Potter, so I hope that's enlightened you. Now, because this is a tag video, however, I know that this is quite old now, if you haven't done this tag yet and you'd like to, feel free, be tagged by me. Yeah, if you want to do it, do it. I tag you. And that's it for today's video, so take care, and I shall see you soon for the next one. Bye for now.